Hey everybody, it's Griffin and welcome back to the Sykesville channel. Today we are going to be going over my top 5 favorite Italian horror / Giallo films. Welcome to Griff Picks. So if you know what a spaghetti western is, Italian horror is like the horror version of that. It's a subgenre of horror, and then Giallo would be a subgenre of Italian horror. That's the simplest way of putting it, like if you really boil it down. Italian horror can be about lots of different things: zombies, ghosts, even vampires, werewolves, etc. Giallo is the very Italian specific version of like a murder mystery. Some people and fans of the genre, they like to put other things onto it, like there has to be a phone call from the murderer. The protagonist has to get help from either the police or the press. The murderer sends letters to the protagonist or something like that. But really, like I said, if you just boil it down, it's really just the Italian horror version of a murder mystery. So anyway, getting into the list, number 1 is Suspiria. This is a very well-known one. A lot of people are fans of this film. I think this is a lot of people's favorite when it comes to Italian horror or Giallo. Now, this is one of the ones that is disputed among fans whether it is a Giallo or an Italian horror. I kind of think that it's both, because as you go through the movie, it pretty much is a Giallo until you get to a certain point in the movie, and then it kind of adds a different element. This is the 4K Ultra HD version from Synapse Films. It's a really nice, complete release, great artwork on it. This is by Dario Argento, who many consider to be kind of like the master of Giallo. Really great music, really great score. It's very moody, it's very creepy, and very atmospheric. You'll find that with many, if not all, of Italian horror and Giallo, there's usually a couple different versions, if not more, of each one, because when they originally came out, they were considered to be like video nasties. A lot of them were heavily censored, some of them were even banned. At the time, I kind of got lucky and Synapse Films was doing like a huge sale, so this only had the 4K edition, so I went ahead and picked up the Blu-ray as well, because that also had some different artwork on it. Number 2, A Blade in the Dark by Lamberto Bava. I think this film is absolutely fantastic. Again, this includes the most complete version of the film. This is from Vinegar Syndrome. Very out there, very over the top, very campy. It has some really great kills in it. And now we're going back to Dario Argento, except for A Blade in the Dark. Everything in my list happens to be from Argento. Anyway, number 3 on my list is Trauma. This is one of his more recent films. Vinegar Syndrome did an absolutely beautiful release for this with some great artwork. We got a slipcover there, and then on the inside, some different artwork. And this film actually features his daughter, Asia Argento. This also has Piper Laurie in it, as well as Brad Dourif. Piper Laurie you would know as the mother from Carrie, and then Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky. He's done a lot of other great things. I love Brad Dourif. I love their roles in this film as well. This film has a lot of like really crazy, awesome imagery in it. A lot of people say that Deep Red has like the best practical beheading scene, but I think this film kind of gives it a run for its money. And number 4 on my list is Tenebrae, also by Dario Argento. This is another Synapse release, but this one includes the 4K and the Blu-ray. There's the artwork on the inside. There's nothing really on the back. Common thing with a lot of these is the music. This has fantastic music, really fantastic camera work, and some of the best practical effects I've ever seen. And lastly, number 5 on my list is Dario Argento's Opera, and I go back and forth on this between Opera and Tenebrae, which is my favorite, and also which I kind of would say is Argento's masterpiece. This is a really nice, complete box set by Severin. We have the front of the case there, and then a booklet that it includes. Here's the back of the booklet, and just some screenshots in there, as well as some text about the film. This film is super creepy, just has some absolutely iconic imagery for the horror genre. Again, great music. I want to emphasize like how creepy this one is, especially with like the scenes that take place in the apartment. Really spooky. This one actually puts you like on the edge of your seat. Really likable protagonist too, like you're really rooting for the protagonist in this one. You really want to see her make it and survive. So those have been my top 5 Italian horror / Giallo films. I guess it would be about like 2 years ago I really started delving into the Italian horror genre. I wasn't really familiar with it before then, but I just kept getting recommendations for it, so I decided to start checking it out. I think probably Suspiria was one of the first ones that I looked at, and then the other 2 films connected to Suspiria just because a lot of people told me that was a good place to start. I've watched a lot of Italian horror / Giallo since then. This might be like the first time that I'm actually like calling out for this, but seriously, if anybody has any recommendations for me, please comment. I would love some more recommendations and just a direction on where to go from here. And especially like if you have any specific recommendations where for people that like these films that I've just listed in this video, anything that I should check out that's like similar, much appreciated. But aside from that, I can say obviously that I highly recommend checking any of these out if you haven't already. Unfortunately, I can't say for sure whether all of these are still in stock or not, so you'll kind of just have to check around. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a minute. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.